So welcome to How to Live in Love. My name is Alexander Belle, and this podcast is in partnership with the book of the same name, How to Live in Love, which is free to download from my website, alexanderbell.org, where you will also find all of the beautiful healing music that I've composed over the past 20 years, also free to download, as well as hundreds of articles about spiritual transformation, divine realization, the healing of consciousness and the healing of the body, and many articles about health and nutrition also. And also on my website you can find my internet radio stations with some very beautiful and uplifting music. And there are several ecstatic dance meditations, which are one of the most powerful ways to release negativity, fear, stress and tension from the body, and restore a sense of joy, freedom and lightness. So I recommend you go to alexanderbell.org, read what I've written and try out some of these meditations. Now this podcast is entitled The Spiritual Fire of Transformation. Now the goodness, which many people call God, is all that is ultimately true. You are 100% safe and protected by this goodness. It will not harm you, even though it is the most immense power in existence. In fact, it wants to flow through you. It wants to light up the circuitry of your body, fill you with the fire of divine bliss and ecstasy. How could you feel anything less than bliss and ecstasy when divine goodness is flowing through your bones, transforming all fear and negativity? And after this inner purification occurs, all that remains is pure goodness, which fully occupies your body, your heart, and your mind. All we have to do is let go of negativity, tension, and fear, and just like a fist that relaxes and becomes open to receive a gift, we relax every fibre of our being, especially our heart, so that we can simply receive the gift of divine goodness and beauty. It is only the physical tension and tightness held deep in the tissues of our body and heart that prevent us from feeling this divine goodness and beauty. But feeling this is what we were designed for. This is what our body is meant to experience. When our body relaxes on a deep level, deep tensions are released, and oxygen can then flow into every cell. Fueled by this generous flow of oxygen, we then begin to feel the fire of divine bliss, divine power, gently burning from within, warming our bones. So when you start to feel this, remain relaxed and just allow yourself to feel it. Because the more it is allowed, the more it transforms any negativity, fear, or disharmony held in the body. This inner fire is the only thing in the universe that can burn up those impurities for good. This is why it is important to allow it to occupy your entire being, because then goodness is no longer just an idea in the head. It is a very tangible and enriching feeling in your heart, your bones, and your body. You feel deeply blessed by a benevolent force, a pure force of spiritual goodness, which you can actually feel flowing through you. You feel totally safe, at peace, strong, joyful, and deeply, deeply thankful. This is the realm of awareness in which you belong. This is the experiential truth of reality, and it awaits your attention. It awaits the opening of your heart to its power, like a flower opens to the warming rays of the sun. It is the almighty and radiant force of love which shines down upon you, encouraging you to open your heart to its transformative and purifying light. This is what we are designed for. This is what we need and want on the deepest level of our being, in our heart and in our soul. We want to feel illuminated, enlivened, and warmed to the core of our being. We want to release from the coldness of fear in our bones. We want to release from the tension in our heart. We want to shake off the shackles of insecurity and doubt. We want to feel the goodness of God, the almighty power of love, flowing within the depth of our being. Each breath is given to us for this purpose, to fan the flames of the inner fire and to blow away the dusty cobwebs of fear. Each breath is a magnificent gift, deeply imbued with the power to cleanse and purify your consciousness. So, when in doubt, when in anxious thought, when caught in a web of mental energy, just breathe deeply for 2 minutes. Oxygenate your body, and as you breathe, things begin to flow and change. Cobwebs are blown away, clarity is restored in your mind, your heart relaxes, and peace returns to it, and a feeling of clean energy is restored to your entire body. This is divine energy, pure, powerful, and infinitely beautiful and enjoyable. Breathing restores and reconnects you to this energy, to your natural state of pure goodness. When impurities arrive in your mind in the shape of thoughts, just bring your full attention back to your breathing and help it to flow more deeply, more consistently. The aim is to be doing this all of the time, and thus enable the divine fire within you to burn brightly and consistently. Your breath is needed because oxygen is the fuel of your consciousness. More oxygen means more consciousness. This is absolutely guaranteed. So start experiencing this for yourself immediately. Start breathing consciously and more deeply. And whenever you forget, remind yourself of what you want. More consciousness. Because more consciousness means more joy, more peace, and more energy felt in your body. More connection to truth and more awareness of the divine nature of reality. This is where the exciting adventure begins. This is the exploration of the profound beauty and depth of your own soul, and it is the direction you are destined to be travelling in. Okay, thank you for listening to this podcast, and please visit alexanderbell.org to download my free book, How to Live in Love, and all the free music I've composed over the past 20 years, as well as enjoy some of the powerful meditations I've created, and to read many, many more blog posts by myself on the subject of spiritual transformation and healing. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll come back soon. Goodbye.